Welcome to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more exciting stories from Reddit. Story 1. I got cheated on, but I couldn't help but be nice. I am 24, arrived from my work 3 days ago to find my girlfriend laying in bed with another guy. My initial response was to freak out and ask what was going on. When I asked what my girlfriend was doing in bed with another guy, the guy flared up in disbelief, shaking and looking at me frantically before yelling out, "He's your boyfriend." My girlfriend turns around to say she planned to tell him. I could only help but feel bad for him. He had no idea and she was the only one at fault here. Under rage and complete disappointment, I had the urge to kick them both out, but I ended up only kicking out my now ex-girlfriend. I told the guy to calm down and told him to stick around. I assured him I wouldn't hurt him, and to prove that I offered him a beverage which he accepted. We ended up talking and it turns out she had mentioned she was single and had no plans for a commitment. At this point he was still panicking. I'm obviously still furious. Deep down, even though I know he's not guilty, I still couldn't look him in the eyes. Yet I felt some sort of pity. I couldn't just kick him out in his super awkward and uncomfortable moment. I managed to be nice by putting myself in his shoes. He ended up leaving more relaxed and relieved. I didn't intend on hurting him. It's safe to say I'll never see him again, but I think I at least made the right choice despite having my world upside down. Update: the guy my ex cheated on me with came back to my house. You read the title right, and no, he had no malicious intent. He came back to thank me and to bring a few things. Turns out my girlfriend has been giving him presents. He brought them to me to ask if any had belonged to me, since she had been a liar and a cheat to both of us, and it turns out some did. Despite cheap rings to necklaces I had lost, he had them. She had been giving stuff of mine to him as presents and pretending she had bought them for him. He offered them back to me and asked if I wanted to get to know each other better. I agreed, and now I've got his contact. I'm planning to meet up and get to know him better soon. These were his words: "The last few days I haven't been right with myself. You showed me mercy and kindness and I gave nothing in return. Any other guy would have me in hospital or worse." Update 2. I finally hang out with the guy my ex cheated on me with. This is the second update regarding my initial situation. Me and him met up today for lunch, and we talked about how it all started and how long it went on for. It made so much more sense. It started back in July of this year at a time I wasn't home and was visiting family. She took advantage of the fact I wasn't home to find another man. He was super nice to me once again, saying that if he had ever known I was in the picture, he wouldn't have done anything. I asked how he didn't know about me, considering I owned my own house and she lived with me. He told me that she had lied and said she lived with her parents so he couldn't visit initially. They'd meet up elsewhere like malls, coffee shops, and so on. All this likely when I was at work, or too busy. I trusted her enough not to track her every movement. I'm not controlling. He said it started when she approached him at a bar near where I live. They had a night together and she left her contact with him shortly after. I'm appalled at how easily she went out and did that. Turns out he even asked her, at the very start, if she was in any situation that would cause issues. She said no. He showed me proof on his phone. He kept all the texts to prove that he did ask and that he had no clue me and her were a thing. I'm still furious, so I did the pettiest thing I could. I took a photo of the food me and him got together and intentionally posted it to my story with him in frame. I got a message from my ex shortly after asking if that was him. I won't be answering. I just want her to panic a little. I deserve a little harmless revenge. We both laughed at it and agreed to keep in contact. For now, this is where the story ends. I have no further curiosity or questions for him regarding this situation. Edit: if Reddit so wishes, I can still make updates on our friendship and normal life. Considering so many people are invested, I'd hate to cut it short for some of you. Update 3. Both my ex and the guy that she cheated on me with played me. Remember all the posts I made regarding my situation, talking about how this guy I showed kindness to could potentially be someone great, someone different, and who I wanted to be friends with? Scrap it. As a fellow Redditor mentioned, his story didn't really match up. He said he never met her at my house because she lied and said she had to live with her parents, yet I found them in my bed. I confronted him about it yesterday night and he fumbled it, stuttered and couldn't get words out, so I knew something was wrong. I continuously asked for him to just spit it out, which he did. They were working together. He knew about me all along and they lied for each other on the ducking spot. He only stuck around when I told him to because he saw an opportunity to get information from me and get something out of me. I refused to believe this started in July. It's likely all a lie and I've probably been played for years. There's no way two people lie for each other like that on the spot after a few months of intercourse. They had more, way more. Everything he did, even the stuff he brought back to return, were her idea so that I wouldn't charge her with anything in the future if I were to find out. The photo, she acted surprised as to not give it away, but in reality, she knew from the start when he came to my house. She wanted to snoop around and know about my life despite not being in it. He took my kindness and did everything wrong that he could. I'm furious. I'm lost. I didn't get anything out of this. In fact, after everything that could have gone wrong, stuff still continued to go wrong. I'm unsure of how to cope with this at all. It was all a lie and well, no bromance or best friend for me, I suppose, haha. Edit. I failed to mention he genuinely showed no remorse. He admitted to it all after I pressured him and proceeded to hang up the phone in the middle of my turn to speak. I'm not even going to bother, but I am annoyed, and the worst part about it is I have nothing I can do back to them. I can't just get violent or burst into rage. I'm better than that. But it hurts, not because of him, because I barely knew him, but because it's just so much at once. Story 2. GF, 23F, of 5 years cheated on me, 22M. I feel betrayed and devastated. Hello, this might be a bit long, so I apologize for that. And for this reason I really, and I mean really, appreciate anyone who reads this. Thank you. She is my first girlfriend and first sexual partner. I am her first as well. We had a great relationship. We traveled a lot together, had a lot of fun together. And of course we had our downs too. But nothing serious, we always got through it. I felt like our relationship was strong and our mutual trust was incredible. That all changed when I learned that she cheated. For some context, she goes to a local disco every now and then. I never go there with her, because I don't like discos. I always trusted her, because I knew she would never do anything stupid. She just isn't this kind of girl, at least so I thought. Exactly 1 year ago she started hanging out with a guy I know there. He's a bit of an asshole, but I didn't really care. They started texting, then started texting on Snapchat, which I found extremely suspicious, but she just kept saying it was completely innocent and he was just a friend. I kept telling her it's suspicious and he's a dick asterisk, but she just kept insisting he's okay and he's just a friend. Then they argued a lot for some reason and stopped talking completely. She told me he said some stupid things and that he's a dick asterisk. Wow, no sh asterisk t. So I was satisfied and didn't care about it any further. Time forward to yesterday, I randomly remembered this happened and wondered what exactly happened between them. So I just grabbed her phone and checked. We do this normally, we didn't hide anything from each other, so it was normal to just grab the other's phone and do whatever. What I saw shook me to my core. I saw a message from her saying something along the lines that they just went somewhere, hid and fuck asterisk ed quickly so no one would see them, and then he didn't want to talk to her anymore. Basically he just had her for ses. From the context it was obvious this happened multiple times. I started incredibly shaking and my heartbeat went up like crazy. I felt sick. I never felt so sick. And I still do. I told her and she cried about it. Said she regretted it incredibly and that she didn't want to tell me, because she was afraid of hurting me and losing me. That she loves me and stuff like that. I do admit that at the time of this incident a year ago, we did have a bit of a bad time in our relationship. But I felt like we got through it. She said that she lacked the sexual desire and wanted to feel what it's like to have sex with someone else, since I was her only one. She even told me at the time that she wanted to try it with someone else. I told her that I'm sorry but I wouldn't accept that. And still she did it. What's funny is that she is quite low libido, and we didn't have nearly as much sex as I'd like. For example, we didn't have sex for 3 months once. And there definitely was enough of desire, at least from my side. And then she *CKs this guy multiple times. Now she texted me how sorry she is and how horrible it feels that she did this. Because she said multiple times that she would never cheat and that she doesn't understand how anyone could cheat in a relationship. Well, there you go. She completely betrayed my trust. I feel like she stabbed me in the back. I feel depressed. Horrible. She wants to get back together and she said that after this she would never ever do it again because it just wasn't worth it. She said she can't be without me and that she really does not want to lose me. And honestly I don't want to lose her either. We've known each other since we were 7. Basically all our lives. We spend almost every day together. We do everything together. We love each other. After 5 years of relationship, I really felt like we were going to spend the future together. We are almost perfect for each other. Except for our says, but I wanted to work on that. I really don't know what to do now. Does she deserve another chance? She does seem to genuinely regret it. But I'm afraid that if she did it once, she might do it again. Plus our trust will never be the same, of course. Thank you so much if you read all the way here. I am very grateful. I needed to get this off my chest. Update, thank you everyone for your messages. I really needed this. You are all great, honestly. I'll talk about it with her and tell her in depth how I feel and why I want to break up. I'll keep you all updated. Once again, thank you so much. Update number 2, I texted her, since I left her home immediately, and told her that I will not get back with her, ever. That she betrayed me, and I even explained everything. My feelings, thoughts, etc. She takes full responsibility and blame for everything. She acknowledged her mistakes and said she genuinely feels sick of herself. And that she will never forget this, never forgive herself, and that with me, a piece of herself will be missing. She said she would take it all back if she could. She confessed to sleeping with said douchebag 3 times. After that it ended. I asked if she would have continued had he not ended it. And she said she doesn't know. In my mind that is an obvious yes. That one hurt. Her only wish is for us not to be cut off completely. Not stay together, just not be cut off completely. I really don't know about that. I must confess that I do feel sorry for her. Yes, I know. I'm weak. I'm a weakling. I told her I'm not sure if I want to keep her in my life at all. She said she will respect my decision and will understand. I am at peace with the fact we broke up and will never be together. I must once again thank you all amazing people for your opinions and your help. You were most helpful and seriously helped me get it done. I still have think about the cutting off thing. Update number 3, there was a lot of familial affection. I loved her family and her family loved me. They even said they see me as part of the family. Same for her and my family pretty much. Also, her brother is my best friend. It's really messy and that's why I don't want to cut her off completely. I would effectively cut off her family as well.